What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for popping in to my review for The Outrun. This movie has been released in a limited amount of theaters this weekend, and I was lucky to go see it. Look, I needed to cleanse my palate from Joker Folie à Deux. Seeing everything people are just saying on Twitter, the positive stuff, the negative stuff, I just needed a break from that movie. So here I am talking about The Outrun, which I don't think a lot of people are going to see. There's no conversation around this movie, but I hope that the conversation starts, particularly for Saoirse Ronan for Best Lead Actress. Look, award season, it's kicked off. I would say the October month is when we really start to get some Best Picture type of films. Last year we had Killers of the Flower Moon that came out in October. The Martian was a movie that came out in October. So now's the month that you should really start to look at these films coming out. So this movie stars Saoirse Ronan as a young woman who's battling alcoholism. And this is the story of how she's trying to overcome that. And the film cuts back and forth in between her past and what has led her to where she is now, and present day and how she's dealing with it. And you know what? I think that the movie was told in such a fresh, unique, interesting way to where they feed you pieces of information throughout that makes sense and is satisfying for the viewer, and it always keeps you on your toes. Even though I do think that the pacing isn't necessarily great for this movie, it does feel over 2 hours when it's less than 2 hours. So if they cut the movie down a little bit, I think that would have been better for its favor. I think she's playing around with the animals too much, but I get the point. She's working on a farm. She's given birth to a cow or a sheep or whatever in the world she was doing in that one scene. I thought that was kind of shocking. Like, I've never seen an animal like that being born, and how you kind of have to smack it back to life and swing it around. I mean, that was just really interesting to me. But Saoirse Ronan is fantastic in this film. This is a fully three-dimensional performance. Before this, I would probably say her best performance was in Little Women. I think this might be her best performance. And I've seen her in a lot of films. Look, if a movie like Brooklyn, which came out in 2015, which was nominated for Best Picture and got her nominated for Best Lead Actress, I think this movie is better than that. And I think this movie could certainly go ahead and get a Best Picture nomination, and it'd probably follow in that movie's footsteps, as that movie was nominated for 3 Oscars: Best Picture, Adapted Screenplay, and Lead Actress. I think this movie could probably get those 3 nominations as well. Not too sure. I mean, it has a kind of Nomadland vibe to it, which won Best Picture, the Frances McDormand movie. There's just a lot of stuff because she's a lot on her own in a lot of this movie, and how she's trying to recover. She secludes herself from people and where she stays and where she's living a lot of the time. And I appreciated that because as the film goes on, she's able to really focus on what is interesting to her in life and what she cares about and where she's living and the location she's at. She's surrounded by water and the ocean, seaweed. I guess it's always greener in somebody else's lake, and you dream about going up there. But that was a big mistake, but not for Saoirse Ronan. She gives a little speech to her mother towards the end of this movie about why she's interested in it, and I bought it. I was like, okay, you sold me on the seaweed. So she was great in this film. Other than the pacing, other than the movie feeling a little too long, I think was a beautiful film that more people should see. And I hope this review and other reviews out there are going to start the conversation for this movie, because I hope that it gets the recognition it deserves. It's not like a great film, but this is a really good film. And it's probably going to be, like, as of right now, it's probably in the top 10 of the year for me. I mean, I really found myself getting connected to it and emotionally invested into it. And by the end of it, I was satisfied. Now, without any spoilers, the end of the movie, there's the score that's swelling up, then it cuts and the music stops. And then she walks around a little bit, and there's like a gag to where she hears something and sees something that she was looking for earlier in the movie. And her reaction to that was like, oh, you're going to end the movie like that? It's kind of a strange note to end it on. So you probably could have cut the last minute out. But other than that, I was really pleased by this film, and I'm going to give it a very strong 4 out of 5 stars. And guys, comment down below. Did you see this movie? What did you think about it? What's your favorite Saoirse Ronan performance? Look, I got my non-spoiler review for Joker Folie à Deux up on the channel right now. If you want to check that out, if you want to get involved into that conversation, it's kind of crazy right now taking over the internet, but it's not taking over the box office. Also got a big review for Terrifier 3 coming up this next week. I've got a review for Terrifier 1 up on the channel now, and my review for Terrifier 2 is coming up this Tuesday. We're also talking about DC stuff. The Penguin, episode 3, going to be reviewing that Monday. Guys, you can follow me on Twitter and or X at RyanKing72 and Instagram and TikTok at KingOfRises131. That's it for me. Thank you so much for watching my review for the Outrun. And until next time, over and out.